then stick around. You're really going to get some value from this today. Look, this morning was a late one for me, so I understand if you are tuning in a little late. I actually have been up quite late writing a book, and I just finished the book last night, hence why I woke up a little late this morning. But I'm going to give you guys access to that book and let you know how to get your hands on it after the session today. So look, you want to, if you want to make sure that other people are benefiting from this health message, then you want to share. And the way that you share on Periscope is by swiping up or swiping across. Facebook Live, you've got the share button there, and then just tap on the screen to show your appreciation for the content as usual. All right, so let's kick into it this morning. I'm going to give you a couple of things that you really got to watch out for, okay? And the first one is cutting carbohydrates out of your diet. Now, this is often known as the ketogenic diet, and what I want you to know is that when you cut carbohydrates out of the diet, and I mean when they are sitting very, very low, and I'm talking like, under 20 grams of carbohydrate, it's just too low, especially if you're a woman. All right, there are a lot more side effects to carbohydrates being dropped so low in the diet than there are with a man, and that is because our hormones function a lot differently than what theirs do. Now, I'm not saying that men are not affected, but what I am saying is that you'll see the effects of a ketogenic diet or of a very low carbohydrate diet much quicker in a female than you will a man. The drop in carbohydrates, cutting them out like that is like a carbohydrate deficit. And when you create a carbohydrate deficit, it actually causes your thyroid to slow down its production of T3 and its conversion of TSH to T3 hormone. Okay, so this is a problem because the thyroid is what controls the speed of your metabolism. All right, so it controls the speed of how fast everything is happening in your body. So how fast your body is breaking down food and digesting food, and not to mention the speed of every other cell turnover in your body. So it's really, really important that you don't cut the carbohydrates so low that your other bodily functions become the priority instead of speeding up your metabolism and actually fat burning. So in the interim, in the beginning, you will lose weight quite quickly. You will. But at what cost? Okay, the compromise that you are making is actually far greater than what I believe you are aware. Your workouts will be severely compromised because the fuel that your body runs on is sugar and carbohydrate when you are doing certain exercises. So over time, you'll start to notice that you'll feel quite flat and not actually get enough out of your exercise. So instead, what I want you to do is actually look at the portion sizes of carbohydrates that you are having. Okay, look at the portion size. So what you want to be aiming for is about a palm, okay, or a half a cup portion, half a metric cup. So it's best to use your palm because you always have your palm with you. But that is the portion size I recommend with your main meals. If you're a female, if you're a guy, you can do 1 to 2 portions there. Really the variable is going to be on how much you're exercising, but this is a good place to start. Go with a palm-sized portion. Stick to the carbohydrates that are really good quality, all right? So the quality of carbohydrates like the vegetable starches, for example, potato and kumara and corn, whole grains like brown rice. So improve the quality of the carbohydrates that you're eating, cut out the refined nasty ones, and then use your palm as your measuring stick. All right, the other one that I see is creating too much of a deficit in your calories, all right? And it's really the same problem. A carbohydrate deficit and a calorie deficit that is too great in order to speed up your results is just, it might serve you in the short term, in the very, very short term, but then you are going to slow down, plateau, and also your hormones are going to be significantly compromised. What will start to happen is that you'll notice that your stress hormones will start to increase and they'll just get higher and higher. So if you watched my video yesterday, what I referred to was stress being like a bucket, and you have the analogy that I gave was that the bucket fills. All right, and when you make such a drastic drop in your calories like that, create such a huge deficit like that, then that is significantly contributing to filling up your stress bucket. So something like that can just cause that bucket to spill over. And when there is excessive hormone like cortisol in the body, which is that stress hormone, it literally damages your thyroid and it causes your adrenal glands to overwork. So in the interim, you might get that weight loss, but in the end, your hormones get significantly compromised. All right, so instead, what you want to focus on is the habits around what you are doing, right? Maybe a little slower than what you would like, but the thing is that your body will actually only let go of 900 grams of fat per week anyway, right? If you're losing more than that, you're not actually losing fat, you're losing muscle and or fluid, all right? Now, fluid's okay, but there will come a time where you actually, for about 3, maybe 4 weeks, you'll continue to lose fluid. But once that excessive fluid loss is done, then if you are still losing more than that, you are losing muscle. All right. So it's super important that you understand that 0.9 of a kilo, 900 grams of weight is the maximum amount of fat weight that your body will let go of anyway. So you might as well do it the healthy way. So instead, focus on your habits, right? If you focus on your habits, then as your body increases in health, you will actually find it easier for your body to let go of fat, because when your health increases, it has no reason to hold on to your fat. So here's one of the first habits you can focus on: your portion sizes. All right, so what you can do is, if you're a female, a palm of protein is about what you want to eat, about the same thickness, all right, and palm size of protein with your main meals. Like I mentioned before, a palm size of carbohydrates, 1 to 2 fists of vegetables, and the portion size for your fats, you want to start off with about a thumb. Okay, so about your thumb's worth of fats. All right, so that's what I'm going to recommend to start on in terms of your portion sizes. Keep a food journal and just track what you're having, record what you're having. The second thing I'm going to recommend that you focus on, and this is one of the first things I address when I start working with a new client, is nutrient deficiencies. All right, so I'm going to recommend that you take a practitioner grade, so a pharmaceutical grade, it's high quality, a multivitamin, and a fish oil. Okay, so there are some more recommendations that I make, but if I was going to choose the top 2, those are what I would recommend to clean up the nutrients that you're deficient in. This is going to significantly help with nutrient deficiency cravings, and it's also going to help getting your hormones back on track, because look, at the end of the day, hormones are just thousands and thousands of chemical messages going here and there and everywhere, communicating to your body to do everything. And it's your organs and your glands that are responsible for making your hormones. All right, and so nutrients are what make those organs start to work better and start to actually function better and recover, therefore improving your hormone function as well, improving your hormonal function. So those are my recommendations. Look, if you decide that you want to be making these drastic decisions in order to lose weight really fast, all right? So if you are choosing to drop your carbohydrates down very, very low, if you are choosing to create too much of a calorie deficit with your diet that you are following, then I want you to be aware of what the consequences are of that, okay? So I'm not saying that you won't lose weight, but what I am saying is that at what cost, okay? So there are some costs involved and some compromises that you will be making. So first of all, your sex hormones will be one of the first things that you will start to see become affected, and you might notice that in your menstrual cycle, even if you are taking the pill, okay? So when stress hormone gets so high in the body, cortisol production becomes the priority, all right? And so instead of regulating estrogen and progesterone in the body, your adrenal glands will steal from there, and it will take those hormones and convert them to cortisol. Okay, so instead of so reproduction, even regardless of the fact whether you want to reproduce or not, reproduction becomes not the priority. Making cortisol and stress hormone does. Okay, so you'll start to see that you may experience a disruption in your menstrual cycle. So you may normally be on time, all right, with your cycle, and you might notice that that it starts to come a little early. All right, you might start to notice the effects of estrogen dominating. All right, now what that means is that instead of estrogen having you feel, sexy and real good, when it dominates, you feel real moody and real PMSy and start to develop a bit of menstrual cramping, hormonal acne. All right, when estrogen and progesterone are balanced and estrogen is not ruling the roost, then that is what actually makes you feel happy and like you're on top of everything. You get the sexy effects of estrogen rather than the crazy cow version of estrogen. When progesterone is dominated, is balanced with estrogen, it's a natural diuretic, so you don't hold on to as much. So that your body will actually let go of fluid. So you'll lose your libido. All right, so you won't feel like sexy time. All right, there's really no other way to put that. Recovery will slow down. Your workouts will get less and less intense. You can start to notice quite depressive behavior, a bit of anxiety, and start to get quite insular. These are the effects of the hormone steal. In order to make cortisol in your body, you may start to develop problems with your sleep. Okay, so your recovery is being affected in the way that you sleep. So you'll wake up in the night, or you might find that at the end of the day you're just exhausted, and then when you wake up in the morning after crashing out, you feel like you haven't even really slept. Initially, you may actually notice the opposite. You may notice that your energy is on and you'll feel like you're running off of adrenaline. But then when you get to the end of the day, you just crash out and wake up in the morning, and you might feel the opposite effects of that to begin with, but then you'll notice that you'll start to crash out, all right, as adrenaline slows down its production and cortisol goes up. Leptin, which is an appetite controlling hormone, will start to slow down its satisfying effects. Okay, so leptin is a hormone that's produced to help you feel satisfied, to help you feel satiated. So this is really going to help with you actually managing your calories. But when it senses that there is starvation from too large a calorie deficit or from significantly reducing your carbohydrates to way too low, I'm talking like under 150 grams a day, then when you do that, leptin slows down its production because it's trying to increase the possibility of you eating, all right, because it's sensing starvation. So that's going to result in cravings. So these are what happens. These are the effects of making those decisions. If you don't, all right, if you don't make those decisions and you actually choose to go with my recommendations, then here's what you can expect. Your weight loss may be a little slower to start with, all right? So it may be a little slower, around that 700 to 800 grams off to start with. But as you get healthier, right, you will actually find that your body will let go of fat much more consistently. And remember that you can only lose 900 grams of fat a week anyway. Your body won't let go of any more. So what you'll be able to see is that you'll be preserving your muscle rather than just eating it away as a fuel source. You'll be habit focused, which is what really affects the long term anyway. You're going to be satisfied, so you'll feel much fuller for much longer. You'll actually have quality of sleep, so when you wake up, you'll actually feel like you are rested and you'll have energy to take on that day. Your thoughts won't consume you about food and exercise. Yeah, the obsessive nature will naturally not be the focus when you are actually focusing on your habits rather than focusing on your current results, right? And becoming very obsessive, and your world starts to shrink and close in when it becomes all about your diet and whether you're making good or bad decisions, all right? So your world will actually expand when you are habit focused, which is what I'm recommending. You'll notice that other symptoms will start to go away. So other symptoms like hormonal acne, like PMS, like if your menstrual cycle was really irregular, you'll start to notice that your moods will become a lot more stable, All right, so this is what it is about. It's about getting healthier. All right, there are many ways to skin the cat when it comes to losing weight. But if you lose weight the healthy way, then I promise you that you will be far happier with your outcome than if you are skinny and you feel like crap. Okay? If you're skinny but you feel like crap, I'm telling you, you will not be happy when you get there. When you arrive, you will not feel like you have arrived at all. So I really hope that you got some value from this message today. I really hope that you did. I want to let you know that if you like what you're hearing, all right, if you want to know more about each of these individual things I talk about, more of what some of the side effects are of making certain decisions, what are the better decisions to be making and why and how actually to make those decisions. If you like what I'm telling you, then you're going to love my book. All right, a lot of work has gone into this book, and it's because I've really seen that people really need to understand why it is that they need to make the focus on habits rather than be so body driven. All right, you really need to have the focus be on your habits. So if you are interested in getting that book, then this is how you can do it. I want you to go to my website. Go to www.generationhealth.co.nz. That's generationhealth.co.nz. I want you to select the Contact Us tab. And when you hit that, I want you to just type in the subject line there, send me your book. All right, generationhealth.co.nz, contact us, send me your book. All right, if you do that, then as soon as it comes back from edit, it will be coming your way. All right, I really hope that you got some value from this message today. Go ahead and share it to anyone that you think is going to get value from this. Join me tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. If this is your first time joining, 8 o'clock, Monday to Thursday is where it's at. Have a fantastic day, you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow morning.